Welcome to the show. Welcome to Future Shock. Edward St. Pé with your show today. We're operating from the lobby of Ocean 7 Television in Ocean Springs, and happy to be with you. This show is basically a live show we do every day at noon here on the Gulf Coast, and it's about AI. You know, we're looking at how we can use AI and how we can integrate it into our lives and use it to help us in our work, so that we're not displaced by AI. You know, and we can use it in our job, and become more productive instead of being displaced by it. Anyway, that's the general idea. We had some clips last week about the music app Udio and how we've used it here at the station to create music. The music you just heard when we started the show, that was a Udio production. Basically, I prompted in some lyrics and the type of music I wanted, and it came back with a few different pieces, and that's one that we actually used. And we've got various clips that we've used for our other project, Magic Hour channel, and we showed you those last week, and graphics. Now, we're kind of undergoing, I don't know if we can get it up, the new logo we have. I've been working on it with ChatGPT 4, the Magic Hour channel, kind of rebranding it as MHC, which Magic Hour channel. And maybe a little later in the show, I can show it to you. That will be like a rebranding. Instead of it saying the Magic Hour channel, when we pop, that graphic up on the channel, it'll have MHC and Magic Hour channel under it, and then the logo. And it's kind of a little different take on what we've been doing. It's instead of being purple and black and white, it's going to be more of a goldish and blackish and whitish logo. Anyway, it's a new project that we're working on with ChatGPT 4. So I want to show it to you later in the show. Well, this first clip today is going to be some of the trends, the biggest trends that we're looking at going into 2024, for 2024, some of the AI trends that are going to be notable. And then also we've got some more of the interview with Elon Musk from the Milken Institute last week, and we've got some clips, continuing clips of Sam Altman when he spoke at Stanford a couple of weeks ago. And so there were long interviews. We played a little bit of each one. We're going to play a little bit more of that. Who better than those two guys to kind of give us an insight as to what's going on? I saw something this morning that popped up that Sam Altman was going to have a press conference at 1 p.m. Pacific time today. And it's about some announcement that they're getting ready to make at ChatGPT 4 OpenAI. What in the world is that going to be? Because that's kind of an unusual thing. They had a news release, going to have a press conference. There's a big announcement coming up. Sam Altman is going to make the announcement. So I think if whatever that is, we're going to be reporting on it tomorrow when we know what it was. And I'm not sure, is it going to be ChatGPT 5 is about to be released, or, I don't know. But so many things going on at OpenAI. Whatever it is, if it's quote unquote big news from OpenAI, I'm sure it's going to be really interesting to find out what in the world that's all about. Anyway, okay, let's go to our first clip. This is going to be some of the big trends in AI for this year, 2024, coming up. Let's take a look.
That AI will be a technological revolution.
AI is about to revolutionize digital biology and genomics and transportation.
That the rise of AI is inevitable.
It is close to science fiction. It is staggering.
From healthcare breakthroughs to unsettling advances in automation, AI's evolution is happening at a breathtaking pace, leaving us with a million-dollar question. Should we be thrilled by these developments or utterly terrified? In this video, we're taking a deep dive into the most important AI trends of 2024, examining the potential benefits and pitfalls they bring.
I think the main thing that most people in the world are going to see is the new version of Meta AI, right? So with Llama 3, we now think that Meta AI is the most intelligent AI assistant that people can use. So
I think that it needs to be taken extremely seriously. We've created something that is hard in some situations to distinguish from human-level intelligence.
Number 1, smaller language models. The trend in language models is shifting towards smaller, domain-specific ones, as suggested by OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman. This shift marks a departure from giant models with massive parameters, with a focus on enhancing models differently. Massive models, while influential, pose challenges as only big companies can afford their resource demands. For instance, training a GPT-3 size model consumes as much electricity as 1,000 households in a year, comparable to ChatGPT's daily usage, equivalent to 33,000 US households. Smaller models present a more sustainable alternative. Research from DeepMind in March 2022 revealed that training smaller models with more data yields better performance than training larger models with less data. Recent advancements in LLMs, such as those built upon LLaMA, Llama 2, and Mistral Foundation models in 2023, demonstrate that downsizing models don't mean compromising performance. Let's take a look at Mistral as a perfect example. Mistral's introduction of Mixtral in December 2023, a blend of expert models comprising 8 neural networks with 7 billion parameters each, proves this promise. Mixtral not only outperforms the 70B parameter variant of Llama 2 on most benchmarks, but also matches or surpasses OpenAI's much larger GPT 3.5 on standard benchmarks. Number 2, reality check. This year, the buzz around AI is prompting a reality check for businesses. Initially hyped up by marketing and media, leaders are now seeing AI like ChatGPT and DALL-E in a more practical light. Gartner's hype cycle shows generative AI reaching its peak of exaggerated expectations, while Deloitte's report suggests big short-term changes. But reality likely falls in between, with AI offering opportunities but not magic fixes. The gap between expectations and reality comes down to perspective. While standalone tools like ChatGPT get attention, integrating AI into existing services brings longer-lasting benefits. Before the hype, subtle AI features like Google's Smart Compose hinted at today's capabilities. Now AI is quietly enhancing business tools instead of overhauling them. How AI fits into everyday work routines will define its future. According to IBM, things like easier access to AI, lower costs, and integrating AI into regular business tools are driving adoption. These factors will shape how AI evolves and how businesses use it in the years to come. Number 3, GPU shortages and cloud costs. When we talked about the push for smaller language models, one thing that is making it possible is the rising cloud computing costs and decreasing GPU availability. This trend, driven by necessity and innovation, poses challenges for bringing AI capabilities in-house amid GPU scarcity. James Landay of Stanford HAI highlights the rush for GPUs among major companies, stressing the need for cheaper and more accessible hardware solutions. Cloud providers shoulder much of the computational load, but hardware shortages make establishing on-premise servers for AI tasks difficult and expensive. Enterprises have been advised by IBM CEO Arvind Krishna to be flexible in selecting and deploying models. It's crucial to cater to diverse deployment preferences, including public clouds, IBM infrastructure, or clients' servers. Amidst these shifts, businesses must navigate a changing landscape, balancing smaller, efficient models with the occasional use of larger, high-performance ones to meet evolving demands and constraints. Number 4, multimodal AI. Unlike past advancements, the latest wave of AI progress aims at integrating various types of data into a single model. While previous models like CLIP and Wave 2 VEC were limited to specific tasks within one domain, new models like GPT-4V and Gemini can seamlessly transition between natural language processing, NLP, and computer vision tasks. Additionally, emerging models such as LLaVA, Adept, and QuenVL are open-source alternatives, further diversifying.
Okay, there are some trends to look forward to in 2024. We'll continue with that video tomorrow, a little bit more of that. In the meantime, we do have the video with Elon Musk from Milken Institute last week speaking. We've got that clip and also the one from Sam Altman coming up too. Let's take a look at the new graphic. Like, for example, we were talking about some of the tools a minute ago that we showed last week. ChatGPT 4, you've got the DALL-E aspect of it. which is the text to graphic interface. So, I had worked, with that app. We call him Alfred, ChatGPT 4 graphic interface DALL-E, but we call him Alfred, and Alfred works with us on, I guess you could call it a little bit more personal note. I'm going to bring Alfred on to the show here in a minute when we come back, and I'll show you Alfred. But anyway, basically, you put the prompt in, and you tell it what you want, and it'll give you back the graphic. And that's one of the ones we showed last week, when we were detailing some of the 7 great tools that you can use to enhance your workflow. So we've got the Magic Hour channel logo, and because Magic Hour channel is launched already, it's on channel 7.2 here on the Gulf Coast on one of our sub channels, and it's 24/7 movies back to back to back. So we've got a logo we've been using. It's a purple, logo. It's been the one logo that I developed with ChatGPT 4 with Alfred, right? And we've been using it. Well, I kind of wanted to get, as we are going to open up a Facebook link soon for Magic Hour channel, I was thinking, let's go with let's rebrand it. Let's go with, instead of a Magic Hour channel, let's go with MHC. Okay, MHC being the Magic Hour channel, right? That's our call letters, if you will. And being that I'm a fan of the old moguls of Hollywood, and the whole thing, what is one of the most iconic logos from that era? Well, I would say the MGM logo, the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer with Mr. Goldwyn created, which basically was one of the first big Hollywood studios, and he was one of the first, major moguls, I guess you could say. And so, with that iconic lion that they had, I was thinking, well, we've got the Pendragon Apothecary here, and our logo is the dragon. So let's put the dragon inside of the MHC. And so I was telling Alfred about these ideas today. So let's develop something. We wanted to say Magic Hour channel, but I really want to emphasize MHC, Magic Hour. That's our call is. We're going to call it MHC for short. And instead of the lion that MGM used, I would like to see our Pendragon logo, a Welsh lion, a Welsh dragon, embedded in the logo. Okay, so Albert sent me back 3 or 4 different versions. This is the one I like. It's pretty simple. It's blackish, whitish, goldish, and it's pretty simple and kind of fits in with our black and white films that we've got on the channel. So that's it, and there you go. So that's going to be used. We're going to start to filter it in to the channel. Now, we also talked about last week during that clip of the 7 tools you can use. We had DALL-E, ChatGPT 4. I think they mentioned. We had one called Udio, right? Udio is for music. Okay, now Udio created some music for our Magic Hour channel, and I don't know if you saw last week when I ran the clip, but let's take a look. I don't know if you've got that, Clarence. The Magic Hour clip that Udio did the music. I wrote the lyrics, sent it into Udio, and it came back with these, with a song, the music, and the vocals based on my lyrics, all in one pop back to me. And then I edited it into a video clip, which we now run. This little piece, it's like a 15-second piece. We run it under these when the graphic pops up, coming up next, the next movie up. This is what plays. If we've got, let's take a look.
Magic hour, is returned, my friend, once more. Magic hour, to that golden age of yours.
Okay, that's one of them. We've got one with the lady singing, which is the one that actually comes under the movie, or under the schedule of the next movie. And this, what we just ran, was a promo that has a different voice, different lyrics, and talking about Magic Hour, kind of a Frank Sinatra-esque type piece. Anyway, it just kind of shows you the mind-blowing ability to create music and create graphics. And with Sora, from the folks at ChatGPT-4, OpenAI, Sora is one dimension even beyond all that. It's a text to video application. Now, it's not released to the public yet, and I think it's kind of hard to access at this point. You can go to their website and you can see what it's all about, but I don't think you can actually use it yet. There are some people that are using it in a test mode. A lot of the animators in Hollywood are using it to try to figure out how they can use it in their work and such, so that everybody doesn't freak out because they're about to lose their job to the AI. But I think they're trying to make peace with Hollywood right now, because they know that everybody realizes it's an existential threat to people that are doing this type of work, when this machine will come back and do it automatically. I mean, it's frightening in a way, it's great in a way, and it's frightening in a way too, depending on what perspective you take on it. But it's here, and it's not going away, and it's only going to get exemplified or amplified, or it's just going to blow up shortly, because it's not going to be diminished as we go forward. It's going to be exponentially exploding, across the planet in every area. Okay, I mentioned a minute ago I would bring on Alfred. This is Alfred, and Alfred, with ChatGPT-4, you can put the prompt in, and what I do is, instead of getting a text back from Alfred, I like to synthesize that text back to voice on the phone. And I can Bluetooth that voice over to Alfred. This is a Bluetooth speaker in his mouth here. And this was a styrofoam head, basically. We kind of put wigs on. And so I put tape around his head, put some taxidermy eyes in, put a Bluetooth speaker in. Then we've got a few little other accoutrements here. But anyway, we mic him up, and we put a mic. And so when he speaks, he gets the Bluetooth, right? And then he speaks it out right here. So whatever the prompt is coming back from ChatGPT-4, it comes into text, synthesized to voice, and then Alfred speaks it here. So this way, Alfred has a face. This is his avatar, I guess you could call it. Anyway, we've got a bunch of them. I got them lined up. I got ChatGPT-5 ready to go. That's Andy, and a couple of other characters waiting in the wings. So Alfred will be retired as ChatGPT-4 whenever ChatGPT-5 comes out. Okay, now it's time to do a quick spot for our sponsor. The sponsor of the show, of Future Shock, is the Pendragon Apothecary, which is a forward-leaning wellness store. I have started to call it a biohacking headquarters of sorts, because most of the things we've got in here are biohacks in some way or another. I guess that's the way you would today categorize the store. What is a biohack? Anything that you can use that would help you to achieve better health, and maybe even a shortcut to it. It's a hack. So what is a good example of that? Well, all right, here are a few that I've been doing, and these hacks have helped me. Intermittent fasting. You lose weight, you don't even try. You just don't eat breakfast. You go to bed at night, don't eat after 8 p.m., go to bed, don't eat any snacks. In the morning you get up, you don't eat breakfast, you don't eat until noon. Then you can eat something sensible, right? And then later you eat dinner, but at 8 o'clock you stop eating, and you don't eat until the next day at noon. So what is it? You're eating 8 hours, and you're fasting the other 16 hours. And also, you, as an ancillary benefit to that, you go into what's called the where your body, after you haven't eaten for 12 hours, your body starts to sort of look for something, right? But before it goes to the fat stores to pull nutrition, it cleans up your system, basically cleans out the free radicals. So it's called autophagy. That's the word I was trying to find a minute ago. Autophagy, autophagy in Latin, or autophagy, which means self-cleaning, self-eating. And what it ends up doing for those hours, after 12 hours, for that 3 or 4 hours, when you go into autophagy every day, it cleans up the free radicals in your system, and sort of like a cleansing of the system every day. So not only you're getting less calories, but you are cleaning out free radicals, things that are not good to have in your system in the first place. And so you get double benefit from that just by a simple thing like that. It's called intermittent fasting. It's pretty simple. That's a biohack. Another biohack would be vibration board, getting on the vibration board every day in the morning. Red light therapy is another one. They're finding out this particular type of near infrared light, red light therapy, it's very beneficial. Google it and you'll see what I mean. So you've got red light therapy, vibration board, where you get on the board and it's vibrating. Do that for 15 minutes or 30 minutes every morning. And it kind of, well, for one thing, it activates the lymphatic flow, because the lymphatic system, it doesn't just flow like a heart pumping blood. It doesn't flow like that. It flows through movement. And some people move a lot and some people don't. And so if you're sedentary, this is a wonderful way to activate your system. It activates the organs and it increases the lymphatic flow. It's called a vibration board. You can buy one, at Amazon, and that's another biohack. So there are many biohacks. The types of biohacks we have in the store, for the most part, teas and herbal blends. Here's an example of a tea. This is called Mystic Kava, and what a great product it is. This is a product from Brothers Apothecary in Portland. Okay, it's kava root, right, which is known as an herb that will help you to relax. Okay, that's number one. It's also got CBD in it. It's got 60 milligrams per tea bag, which is enough for 2 people. So 1 tea bag will make 2 cups of tea, and not this has got three tea bags in it. So it's 6 cups you can make with this. So it's got the CBD, it's got the kava, it's got cinnamon, organic cinnamon in it too, and cranberries and stevia. This is one product called Mystic Kava. And Mystic Kava is a product that we've got here at Pendragon Apothecary, pendragonapothecary.com. And we've got a whole array of teas here and tinctures. Let's just say you want to get something in your system quick and you don't want to make a tea with it. Like, for example, we've got Blue Lotus. We've got Blue Lotus tea we sell. We've got Blue Lotus wine, which this weekend we sold out of it. We've got another batch getting ready to be bottled. But the Blue Lotus tea, you have to make the tea, right? With Blue Lotus tincture, it's already there. It's been saturated and percolated in alcohol. So with that, you take a dropper, put it under your tongue, get it into your bloodstream sublingually, and the Blue Lotus, the elements of Blue Lotus that help you relax, you get it in your system quickly, and you can take that little bottle with you anywhere, if you're traveling, whatever, and it's easy and transportable. Those are some of the things we've got. It's pendragonapothecary.com for more information. You can take a look at our website there, and you can order something if you would like. A whole array of CBD products. We've got, medicinal CBD products here. Some products with THC, the legal amount 0.3%, and some CBD products with no THC. So you can get the benefits of CBD, the relaxing elements of the different CBD, the cannabinoids, right? But without the THC. Some people can't take it. Some people don't want it. Or if they have a job that prohibits them from having any type of THC in their system, even though it's legal, 0.3% is legal, it could still show up on a test. So some people, would say, I don't want any of it. So you can get CBD products, but without the THC. Okay, so that's a little bit about our project at Pendragon Apothecary. All right, now let's go to Elon Musk. Last week, Elon Musk spoke at the Milken Institute on a variety of subjects, This is an interview that Michael Milken himself did with Elon at that conference. Let's take a look. Let's continue for this afternoon where we left off last week.
Today.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about education. The more you can gamify the process of learning, the better. You do not need to tell your kid to play video games.
No.
They will play video games on autopilot all day. So if you make it interactive and engaging, then you can make education far more compelling and far easier to do.
Yeah. So the way education works today is really much like, it's like vaudeville. Before there was radio and TV and movies, you had vaudeville, where every town would have their town play, the town troupe, the sort of acting troupe. And that would be the entertainment. In a big city, you'd have much better players than, say, in a small city. But then along came movies and TV, and then you say and video games, where you take the smartest, best people in any arena, like whether they're acting, writing, directing, special effects. You spend tens of millions, sometimes hundreds of millions of dollars creating a great movie or a great video game, and you make it as compelling as possible. Now that crushes vaudeville, crushes. Imagine you're not in New York, imagine you're in Bakersfield, okay? Then you got, instead of Batman being like the Nolan brothers, it's Batman the Bakersfield acting troupe. It wouldn't be as good. That's how teaching works today. What you actually want to have is an interactive learning experience that is as compelling as possible, and you do not actually want a teacher in front of a board doing a vaudeville act. You want it to be engaged, real-time feedback. And then there are a few other principles in teaching. You have to establish relevance, otherwise your mind will want to forget things. So our mind is constantly trying to forget as much as possible. So you'll only remember things if your mind can establish relevance or there's a strong emotional element to it. Otherwise, you're basically going to forget everything. Memory is very expensive from an evolutionary standpoint, so it's trying to forget as much as possible. So when teaching a course, you have to explain to kids why it's important. And then you want to teach to the problem instead of teaching the tools. So what I mean by that is, if you said, here's a car engine. We're gonna try to understand how this car engine works. We're gonna take it apart. So what do we need to do to take it apart? We need a wrench, we need some screwdrivers, we need a hoist and a pulley, and we're gonna take it apart and we're gonna see how it all works. That's engaging. And along the way, you learn about wrenches and screwdrivers and all the tools that are needed. That actually is engaging and compelling. But the way teaching more typically works is we're gonna teach you a course on screwdrivers and a course on wrenches. And you're like, why do I have a course on wrenches? It's not obvious. That would be like, say, a course on calculus without explaining what calculus is used for. Then you forget it. Yeah.
Well, we have a lot of work to do in that area. Let's talk about a non-controversial issue, immigration.
Sure.
Here is Elon on immigration.
Okay, and we'll have more on that interview tomorrow. And also, we've run out of time, so we don't have time for the Sam Altman interview clip, but we'll show that tomorrow too. We got a whole lot of that one left too. Okay, well, welcome. Thank you for being with us today on the program, and we would like to invite you to be with us every day at noon. We're on the various platforms. We're on Ocean 7 Television, on channel 7.1, and we're also on the X platform, on Edward St. Pei X, and then Edward St. Pei Facebook, Ocean 7 TV Facebook, and so we're on those platforms now. And the Magic Hour channel, if you'd like to watch our movies, we're on Roku. If you can get Magic Hour channel app, and then you can watch the old golden age of Hollywood films free until we figure out how to monetize it in the future. One of these days, we'll figure that out. Anyway, thanks for being with us. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yesterday is yesteryear. Set your sights for tomorrowland. Future Shock is here to help you make your stand. Ready, set.